Hey, what's up again, everybody? Robert184, 2Rs2Bs, GundamReviews.net, and lately I've been hitting this age clicker to start my Gundam up for the last little while. It seems too long, it seems, but every once in a while, and it seems like a good time to go back to the original, the real, the only century for some, universal century, and I'm talking about something that's pretty obscure, and at the same time seems to be getting a big push, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. I'm talking about the Kusii Gundam that you can see here in its Gundam fixed figuration form, and it is the star, well really the villain I guess, of this series, Hathaway's Flash, which of all the novelizations, and there have been a lot, this one definitely has a lot more credence for some fans just because it was written by the main man Tomino himself, and even though he is the bad guy in it, it's definitely one of the cooler Gundam designs out there that has seen very little love in terms of merchandise. Outside of this GFF, and it's got, what, an SD Sangokuden, where it's going to be part of a Gattai Gestalt, I don't even know, I think I've said that word out loud before. And anyway, it seems to be getting a big push, and that's definitely good news for old school fans. On two fronts, first the toy front, where the robot Damashii line, and it just seems, for people that have been waiting for master grades of things like, let's say the V2 or the DX for years and years, the robot Damashii line just seems to be pumping them out like there's no tomorrow. But anyway, we're going to be getting a robot Damashii of the Kusii Gundam, which is also great news because we're also getting a Gundam Mark V, so more Sentinel stuff is always going to be welcome again. It's obscure, definitely not going to have the same kind of name recognition, but Bandai seems to think that it's going to sell, and that's good news for us, because in addition to the fact that we're going to be getting the robot Damashii of that, if you want to go play Gundam vs. Gundam Extreme, Full Burst, whatever it's up to now in terms of sticking names on at the end, it's not as bad as Street Fighter 2 yet. But nonetheless, we're going to be getting a Kusii Gundam there, piloted by the man that you're seeing right there, Hathaway Noah. He with the very cool costume, and definitely one of the less popular characters when you want to go take a look at the movie, Char's Counterattack. But in terms of just coolness in the novels, seems to come across as a lot more fun, and it's definitely good news that we're going to be getting it in two forms, and that just leads to a little bit of speculation as to whether these will be the only forms that it's going to be showing up in, because Unicorn is going to be wrapping up, and when that wraps up, well, I suppose if they want to keep UC fans happy, every 6 months putting out a very high quality OVA with fantastic soundtracks, animation, etc., if they want to go back and make Tomino and old school fans happy, this may be a way to do it, and perhaps they're just testing the waters here with the Kusii Gundam in two forms. I'm not a big fan usually, or not that I'm not a big fan of Robot Damashii, but models are my thing. I've got the Crossbone X3 only because it's not available in Gunpla. Of course, we'll be buying the Kusii and the Mark V because, again, no Gunpla means that it's just if the Robot Damashii is the best you can do, that's the best you can do. But also for future speculation, I'd love to see an OVA, and I'm sure there's others as well. But how about the good guy of the series, even though he's not going to get the kind of attention that the bad guy Kusii does here, piloted by Hathaway? But I'm talking about Ray Names and his Penelope down there. That would be a lot of fun to see in either form. And with the way Gundam Extreme Versus does it, where they tend to have good guys and bad guys lined up on each side with definitely download DLC, I'm talking about Arcade Monthly DLC here. It would be nice that we would be getting it there, and then a Robot Damashii to follow, and perhaps that's all setting us up, and wouldn't that be nice to be getting a high grade or a master grade? But whether it's old school stuff like Sentinel, Hathaway's Flash, or Crossbone, more of it, whether it's written by Tomino or not, definitely a lot of people that were unhappy with age, so this kind of thing is definitely going to be welcome. Anyway, everybody, let me know what you think about this series. Has anybody read it? Anybody seen it translated anywhere? Anybody worked their way through it in Japanese? Anyway, are you excited about the RD and it in the game? And what do you think about its chances of an OVA? Would love to hear from you with a comment down below. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what you think. See you next time. Being the fan of good guys that I am, you can guess that I usually keep this guy as the Penelope, but I'm telling you, transforming these old school GFFs, yeah, I think you could build a high-grade Universal Century in less time.